Welcome. Hello, and a massive warm welcome directly to you. We are so incredibly glad you're hanging out with us today.
Welcome. Seriously, pull up a chair, get comfortable, maybe grab a cozy drink because we are absolutely thrilled you're here.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to share a lot of laughs today, and just know you are in a completely safe, positive space with us right now.
Exactly. Haha. And, we're doing a deep dive today into a topic that touches, well, almost everyone at some point.
Oh, definitely. Everyone.
But before we even get into it, I have to ask you something. If you've ever gone through a really bad breakup, you've probably had someone tell you, hey, it's all in your head, just get over it.
Right. The classic bad advice.
Yeah. But what if I told you that your brain is quite literally processing that heartbreak as a massive physical injury?
It's so intense.
Right. Like we are talking no different than a snapped femur or a broken arm.
It's wild, isn't it? But it is absolutely true. When we look at neurological studies, specifically functional MRI scans, they show that the brain processes romantic rejection in the exact same neural pathways where it registers severe physical pain.
Wait, really? The exact same pathways?
The exact same one. The somatosensory cortex just lights up. So the brain essentially does not differentiate between a broken bone and a broken heart.
That is insane. I mean, so when people say they are heartbroken, it's not just like dramatic poetry.
Not at all.
The brain is actually sounding the physical trauma alarm.
Precisely. The emotional damage registers as very real physical shock. And today, we are diving into some fantastic research, specifically looking at a piece called The Psychology of Heartbreak to figure out how to actually navigate this.
Which we all need at some point.
Exactly. Our mission today is to provide you with a responsible, deeply comforting psychological roadmap to healing.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if our brain treats a breakup like a broken bone, how do we start treating it?
That is the big question.
Right. Because our very first instinct, and I know I am completely guilty of this, is to just pretend we're fine.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Exactly. We just want to sweep it under the rug, put on a brave face, and rush right back to normal.
Oh, absolutely. It's human nature to avoid pain, but
Yeah.
that is actually the first and really the most critical mistake people make.
Really? Just trying to be positive.
Yeah. They mask their pain with toxic positivity. They tell everyone at work, I'm totally fine, I've never been better. But dynamic psychology tells us that suppressed emotions always return,
Oh, I bet they do.
and they return with much greater force.
It's like trying to run a marathon on a broken leg instead of just putting a cast on it and letting it heal.
That is the perfect analogy.
I mean, I have to push back on society a bit here, though. Does society pressure us to pretend we're fine too quickly?
Oh, heavily.
Like, we see all these messages about just moving on and staying positive, and it just completely invalidates the biological reality of the pain.
It absolutely does. Society praises the person who bounces back in 2 days. But biologically, when you suppress that shock, you're experiencing what psychologists call allostatic load.
Allostatic load. Okay, what does that mean for us?
That is the severe wear and tear on your body from chronic, unreleased stress. So your cortisol levels stay incredibly high, your amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, stays activated, and you basically walk around in a constant state of fight or flight.
Wow. So you are basically keeping the wound open by pretending it's not there.
Exactly. Which is why, before you can move forward, you must allow yourself to grieve.
To grieve, that makes complete sense.
It's step one.
We usually associate that word with, losing someone who passed away, but it applies perfectly here.
It really does. To grieve means to feel intense sorrow and sadness, especially following a major loss or the end of a significant connection.
Yeah, losing that future you plan.
Right. Crying, staying in bed for a couple of days, feeling deeply sad, none of this is a sign of weakness.
That is so good to hear.
It is a biological necessity. In fact, when you cry, your tears actually contain stress hormones.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, you are quite literally flushing the cortisol out of your nervous system through your tears.
Oh my gosh, what a relief to hear that. Seriously. So to grieve is just your body doing its job. It's repairing the broken bone.
What's fascinating here is that when you allow yourself to grieve fully, you actually shorten the overall duration of the pain.
Oh, wow. Because you're processing it.
Exactly. The nervous system eventually resets. But if you fight it, you trap that stress inside your body indefinitely.
Uh-huh. So permission granted to just cry into a pillow and eat ice cream for a few days.
Absolutely. Highly recommended.
But I imagine there is a balance to strike, right?
There is.
Because once that initial heavy shock passes, we have to transition out of bed eventually. If you stay in the dark room too long, things get tricky.
Precisely. And that brings us to the next psychological danger zone, which is isolation.
Oh, right. Because you just want to hide.
Exactly. While staying alone in a dark room sounds very comforting when you're sad, it creates a dangerous loop of overthinking. Your brain enters what neuroscientists call the default mode network.
The default mode network? What is that?
It's the network in your brain that activates when you are not focused on the outside world.
Okay, so when you're just zoning out.
Right. When you are just sitting alone in a dark room, your brain defaults to rumination.
Ah, overthink?
Evolutionarily, our brains are wired to fixate on pain so we don't repeat mistakes. So left alone, your brain will replay the breakup on an endless loop, trying to solve it.
Oh, that sounds miserable. Just spinning and spinning.
It is exhausting.
But wait, I'm guessing the solution isn't to force ourselves to the opposite extreme, right?
Definitely not.
Like going to loud, crowded parties with superficial acquaintances when you are emotionally exhausted sounds terrible. They just drain whatever tiny bit of energy you have left.
You are spot on. You want to avoid both extremes. Because the dark room causes toxic rumination, but the noisy party causes sensory overload. Instead, you need to deliberately lean on your inner circle.
Your inner circle, yes. I love that phrase.
It's crucial. An inner circle means a close, exclusive group of your most trusted friends, family members, or advisors who truly care about your well-being.
The people who actually know you.
Right. These are the safe people. They will listen to you without judgment, and they provide something called co-regulation.
Co-regulation. Is that like when your nervous system matches someone else's?
Exactly. Humans are deeply social, tribal creatures.
Mm-hmm.
When we are injured, being surrounded by trusted loved ones in our inner circle literally lowers our heart rate.
That is amazing.
Their calm nervous system helps calm our nervous system. It signals to the primitive part of the brain that we are actually safe from predators.
Huh, yes. Your inner circle are the only people on Earth who are officially allowed to see you wearing the exact same sweatpants for 3 days in a row.
Exactly.
They don't care about your messy hair, they just care about helping you co-regulate.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you are using social safety to heal physical trauma.
That is brilliant, just brilliant. But let's talk about a major hurdle here.
Yeah, what's that?
Even if you are completely safe on the couch with your inner circle, wearing your 3-day-old sweatpants, there is a modern enemy lurking right in your pocket, the smartphone.
Oh, the smartphone.
Yeah.
In the modern world, social media is the absolute enemy of breakup recovery.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Think about the terrible irony here.
Oh, I know.
We use our phones to feel connected to people, to feel less lonely. But after a breakup, that very device is the exact thing preventing us from healing. It pulls us right back into the trauma.
It really does.
But let me challenge you on this for a second.
Sure.
Isn't there an argument that looking at your ex's profile actually helps? Like, maybe seeing that they have moved on gives you a reality check so you don't romanticize the past? Doesn't it provide closure?
It is a logical question. I hear it all the time. But neurologically, the answer is a resounding no.
Oh, wow. Really?
It does not provide closure. What it provides is intermittent reinforcement.
Intermittent reinforcement, like a slot machine.
Exactly like a slot machine. When you check their profile, you don't know what you are going to see.
Right.
Will it be a boring picture of a sunset? Or will it be a picture of them smiling with someone new? That uncertainty spikes your dopamine and your adrenaline, followed immediately by a massive crash of cortisol.
Ouch. So you are basically re-breaking the bone every single time you click on their page.
Yes.
Your brain thinks the breakup is happening all over again.
That is the perfect analogy.
Yeah.
You keep yourself trapped in the past. Your brain cannot tell the difference between seeing a photo of them and actually experiencing the rejection again.
That is so tough to hear.
It is, but to break this destructive cycle, you must take drastic action. You have to go cold turkey on your digital habits.
To go cold turkey, that is tough, but it sounds absolutely necessary.
It is. To go cold turkey means to suddenly and completely stop a habit or behavior, rather than doing it gradually.
Oh, so no weaning off.
Nope. You do not just check their page a little bit less each day. You stop immediately, 100%.
So no negotiating with yourself, no saying, I'll just check once on Sundays.
Exactly. No negotiating.
You have to block them, unfollow them, or even delete the apps from your phone entirely for a few weeks, because your mental health is so much more important than satisfying that toxic curiosity.
Absolutely. Going cold turkey cuts off the supply of those toxic stress hormones, giving your brain the quiet space it needs to actually repair the neural pathways.
Okay, so let's map this out. We allow ourselves to grieve, we hang out safely with our inner circle, and we bravely go cold turkey on social media.
Great start.
But suddenly, we hit a totally new problem.
Which is,
We used to spend like 3 hours a day talking to this person or endlessly scrolling on our phones to check on them. Now, while we have a massive empty space in our daily schedule, it is a giant time vacuum.
and that time vacuum is the pivotal moment in the healing journey.
Really, the empty time.
Yes. When a relationship ends, your daily routine shatters. If you do not fill that new empty space intentionally, nature will fill it for you. And remember that default mode network we talked about.
Right, the rumination machine.
Hmm.
If I am just sitting on the couch staring at a blank wall, my brain is going to say, hey, remember that amazing vacation you took together 5 years ago? Let's think about that and feel terrible.
Precisely. Your brain defaults to the strongest emotional memory available. So the best psychological solution is to actively fill that space and hijack your brain's processing power.
Hijack it. I like that.
You need to throw oneself into something new.
To throw oneself into something. I love the energy of that action.
It is a highly energetic concept. To throw oneself into something means to start doing an activity with immense passion, intense focus, and total dedication.
Like joining a really intense martial arts gym, or deciding you're going to master complex French cooking, or finally learning how to speak a new language.
Yes, exactly.
So good.
This raises an important question, though. How do we choose our distractions to ensure they are productive, not destructive? Because you could easily throw yourself into something unhealthy, right?
Haha, totally. Throwing yourself into eating 3 massive pizzas every single night is probably not the psychological roadmap we're looking for.
Haha, definitely not. The scientific goal here relies on cognitive load theory.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Your working memory. Think of it as your brain's RAM has a limited capacity.
Mm-hmm.
You want to choose a physical or mental activity that requires deep, intense concentration. When you are lifting heavy weights and counting reps, or trying to conjugate a difficult verb in a new language, your brain's RAM is completely full.
Oh, that makes so much sense. There's literally no processing power left over to run those negative thought loops about the past.
Exactly. You force your brain to focus entirely on the present moment. You give it a brand new, healthy puzzle to solve.
That is incredibly empowering. You're taking control back.
You really are.
But wait, let's look at the physical world for a second. You have changed your digital habits, you are learning a new language, your brain is occupied, you feel great. Right. Then you walk into your kitchen and you see the exact same coffee mug the two of you bought together on a trip.
Oh, yeah?
Or you walk into your bedroom and the furniture is set up exactly how it was when they used to visit. Doesn't your physical environment hold on to the past, too?
You have hit on the final and perhaps most therapeutic step of the entire process. Psychologists highly recommend changing your physical environment because of something called spatial memory.
Spatial memory, meaning our memories are tied to locations.
Exactly. The hippocampus, which is the part of your brain responsible for memory, heavily links memories to physical spaces and objects.
Wow. Okay.
So when you look at that old coffee mug or the same bedroom posters, you don't even have a choice in the matter. The memory just flashes automatically because the environmental trigger fired.
So we literally need to change the stage where the play is happening.
Yes. To combat this automatic triggering, you need to grant yourself a clean slate.
A clean slate. What a refreshing concept. It feels like taking a deep breath of fresh air.
It really does. A clean slate means a fresh start or a new beginning, where you are completely free from past difficulties, mistakes, or emotional baggage.
So what does creating a clean slate look like practically? Rearranging your bedroom furniture, painting a wall a totally new, bright color, boxing up those old reminders and putting them out of sight.
All of the above. When you physically change your space, you disrupt the hippocampus. The old crucial triggers are gone. But more importantly, you are sending a powerful psychological signal to your subconscious.
What's the signal?
You are telling your brain, look around. Things are fundamentally different now. That chapter is officially closed, and a beautiful new story has begun.
So what does this all mean? If we put it all together, it means healing isn't just passively waiting for time to pass while you suffer.
Not at all.
It is an active, deeply rewarding, scientific process where you take control of your nervous system, your time, and your space.
Very well said. It is an active, deliberate journey of self-care.
Now, before we wrap up our deep dive today, we want to help you build a mental toolkit. We are going to do a clear, quick review of the 5 key phrases we've unpacked today.
Yes, let's do it.
We want you to remember these and feel totally confident using them as you navigate your own journey.
We will go through them systematically to lock them in.
Awesome. Phrase number 1, to grieve.
A quick summary of the meaning. To grieve means to experience deep emotional sadness and mourning over a significant loss, which is a necessary biological process. And here is our exact example sentence. It is completely normal to grieve the end of a long-term relationship.
And just for an extra relatable, everyday example, you can also grieve when you move away from a city you loved. If you leave your childhood home, it is perfectly normal to grieve the loss of that familiar space.
Absolutely. That's a great example. Okay, phrase number 2, inner circle.
A quick summary. Your inner circle is the small, exclusive group of your closest, most trusted friends and family around you who help keep you grounded. Here is the exact example sentence. After the split, she spent most of her weekends surrounded by her supportive inner circle.
And for an everyday example, think about starting a new business. If you have a brilliant but fragile new business idea, you probably only want to share it with your inner circle first, because you know they will be supportive and keep it a secret.
That is a fantastic example. All right, phrase number 3, to go cold turkey.
Quick summary. To go cold turkey means to immediately and totally stop a habit or behavior with no gradual reduction at all. Here is the exact sentence. To heal faster, he decided to go cold turkey on checking his ex's social media profiles.
And for everyday life. I remember a few years ago when I realized I was drinking way too much coffee, I decided to go cold turkey.
Oh boy.
No more caffeine at all, starting instantly. I had a terrible headache for 2 days, but it totally worked.
The classic caffeine cold turkey. It is brutal, but effective. Okay, phrase number 4, to throw oneself into something.
Quick summary. This means to begin doing a task or a hobby with absolute passion, intense focus, and maximum energy. The exact example sentence is, she threw herself into learning a new language to keep her mind busy.
And another everyday way to use this is with home projects. Like, when spring arrived, he threw himself into gardening on the weekends. He bought all the tools and spent hours outside every single day.
I love that kind of energy. And finally, phrase number 5, a clean slate.
The summary here. A clean slate is a brand new beginning that is completely untouched by past emotional baggage or previous problems. Here's our exact example sentence. Rearranging her bedroom furniture gave her a sense of a clean slate.
For an extra everyday example, imagine someone gets a new job in a completely different country.
Okay, that's a big one.
Moving to that new city where nobody knows your past mistakes gives you a total clean slate to be whoever you want to be.
What a fantastic review toolkit. Those 5 phrases truly capture the psychological journey of healing responsibly.
They really do. And as we finally wrap up our time together today, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
I'd love to hear it.
We spend so much time looking at a breakup as a pure tragedy, as just this devastating loss. But what if the immense pain of a breakup is actually the greatest psychological catalyst for personal reinvention we will ever experience?
That is a profoundly optimistic perspective.
Right.
What if losing someone else is the exact requirement, the necessary empty space for finding the absolute best version of yourself?
Wow. Think about that today. Let that give you some hope. We want to say a final, deeply warm, and highly energetic goodbye to you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you so much for hanging out and laughing with us. Remember, you are completely safe. Healing always takes time, and we are absolutely rooting for you every single step of the way.
Yes, we are. Be incredibly kind to yourselves. Lean on that inner circle, and we will see you next time. Keep smiling.